Everybody doing today? It's like we got Gladys, Cindy Sandu, Sheila McDaniel, Cindy. Oh, that reminds me, Cindy, I have not got your address yet. You didn't email it to me, or if you did, I didn't receive it. So you need to resend your mailing address to me so I can mail out your prize that you won. There's Kelly Miles from Ohio. Hello, Kelly from Ohio. Hello, Craig. How's Craig doing today? I don't know where the girls are, y'all. And there's Diane. Hello, Diane. How's Diane today? I don't know. For some reason, I didn't get it. Or either somehow it got deleted. I don't know. Well, I'm here typing away. But there's the address again, hauserlinda49 at Gmail. Go ahead and send it to me again. Craig says he's hanging in there. Linda still got this stent associated with the kidney stone, but I get to get that thing taken out on Wednesday, and I'm ready for it. The stent is uncomfortable. I bet. I've never had that have that done, but I'm sure it's not comfortable at all. No, I've not heard from Connie. She knows we have a live today. Okay, well, somehow then, I don't know. It might have accidentally got deleted. Maybe I didn't see it. But I went in and looked a couple of hours after the live ended, and I didn't see it. Yeah, I've had kidney stones too, Susan. They're not fun. I ended up in the emergency room with kidney stones, and they kept me in the emergency room until I passed it because they said that kidney stone was too big for them to send me home. They were afraid I wouldn't be able to pass it on my own. And there's Rebecca. Hello, Rebecca. How's Rebecca doing? 3 times. Oh, wow. I only have one kidney, Rebecca says. Well, I tell you, it's hot here today. It's 96, well, it's 98 degrees right now. They predicted it would be 97. It's 98 degrees already. And it's going to be 99 and 100 the rest of the week. I mean, the whole week right on through like Sunday or Monday of next week. So I was outside. I had to move my banana tree. It was getting too much sun and the poor thing was struggling. I mean, I know banana trees are tropical, but they can't handle this Texas sun. Not all day long. So I moved it under the shade. So it'll still get some sun, but it's going to get a lot of shade too. My watermelon are doing better in the shade than they are in the sun. So I don't know how my watermelons are doing. I noticed the watermelon that I've got on my plant, it's about the size of a grapefruit. It's starting to swivel up because it's not getting enough water. The ground is dried out so bad. And I did not put that in a tote. I wish now I had. Because it's getting too dried out and my plants are not going to produce watermelon like they should. Craig said I've probably had 12 or 13 stones over the years. I've said several procedures, but this is the first procedure since 2017. So I've done pretty good. Wow, that's unusual. Yeah, I was able to pass the stone in the emergency room after they kept me for the several hours it took me to pass it. But they said it was a pretty big stone. I mean, I didn't see it. You know, even a big stone is kind of little to the eye, you know. Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, we went from flooding. I mean, y'all saw how the weather was. We went from flooding because we got storm after storm after storm. Now it's going into the Texas heat of hitting 100 degrees and no rain. So the ground is drying out. And I wished I'd have put my watermelon in a tote. If I'd had it to do over with, I would have put it in a tote. I don't know if I would be able to lift it, the bag that it's planted in, and put it in a tote or not. I'm supposed to get some new totes by the 25th. And I'm thinking seriously of trying to pick the bags up. I don't know if the roots have went into the ground, though. They probably have, looking for water. And if that's the case, I'm not going to be able to move them. If the roots are still contained in the bag, then I might be able to lift them up and put them in a tote to where I can have a water reservoir in the bottom of it. I was completely out of totes, or I would have done that. And we got Diane, Susan, Rebecca, Craig, Cindy, Kelly Miles. Hello, Kelly. 85 where you're at. And we have had 98 to 100. Yeah, it's hot. 98 degrees to now. And I'm not only going to have the heat to fight, but one of my subscribers told me they were their garden was getting eaten alive with the grasshoppers. And I've noticed my garden this year is full of grasshoppers. And I thought it was mostly the worms chewing on my plant leaves. But it's not just the worms. I've got very few of them. It's the grasshoppers. So I've been out there catching them, putting in a jar, and I'm going to go fishing with them. I don't know how good they're going to be, but I got them in a jar. I got 5 or 6 in this jar right now that I've caught. And I'm going to go fishing with them. See them in there? Can't see them too good through the glass, but they're in there. They're alive. They're jumping around. Little do they know they're going to be fish bait. I put 7 Dust on them. I've sprayed them with plant vegetable fungus pesticide, you know, to keep everything off of them. And those grasshoppers are still relentless. They're on the leaves. They're eating away. Have you tried putting the little flavor packets? I don't know what flavor packet you're talking about, Susan. You glance at the screen just in time to see my grasshoppers. Well, I put a cup of kale leaf in there all broke up to give them something to eat on until I put them on my hook. Let's see if I can check it. Oh, before I do that, I wanted to give you the quote of the day. And this is something that Theodore Roosevelt had written or said. It said, "Believe you can, and you're halfway there." So, you know, think about that. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. If you sit around thinking you can't, well, hey, you're never going to get past 0. Well, I just got an email from Rebecca. And I've got to get out there and fix my canopy top, the frame. One part that I didn't repair before that had the plastic joint. The plastic joint broke, so now part of that's down. I've got to take the plastic off of it and put a screw in there, and that'll take care of it. It's just too hot to get out there in the hot sun to get up on the ladder to do it right now, so I've got to wait till it cools off. And I probably need to get some more shade cloth. That one that's on the canopy now is full of holes. Well, I mean, other than the ones that are supposed to be there. It's a 10 by 12 shade cloth. There, I got that email taken care of. Let's see who else I got one from. Well, Cindy, I'm still not seeing anything from you. Would your email say Cindy Sandu? Check your spam. Okay. I got one spam, and it's Jolima Wind is the name it came from. But that's in some kind of investment email. I don't even know what it is. It's some kind of junk. So I don't know. I'm checking my primary, all mail. Hmm. Yeah, I just checked my spam. I just had an advertisement thing in there. I had an email from Rebecca Bourne asking me for my mailing address. I don't know. I'm not showing I got anything from you, Cindy. I've checked junk mail. I've checked important mail. I've checked. The last one I got for all inboxes was at 3:16, which is just a couple of minutes ago. And that was where Rebecca had sent me a message wanting my mailing address. Go to primary. I don't know where it went. I didn't get it, Cindy. Did you retype the my mailing address? Hauser Linda at 49 or 49 at AOL? I mean, at gmail.com. I'm sorry. See if we can find where I put it in there. There, I just pinned it to the top. You might be able to click on the mailing address at the top and then send it again and see if it'll come through that time. Just click on the email address. I don't know. It won't work on my end. I don't know if it'll work on your end or not. Or just copy and paste it into your email. I mean, I don't know why it's not coming through. Got it. Check again. Hi, I got it this time. Oh, wow, you're in Alaska. Should I show the gift I was trying to send you or not? See, I had it in the envelope and I had your name on it, but I didn't have the address. She said, sure, show it. It's a turquoise stone ring, and they're real popular in Texas. Everybody loves turquoise. I'm glad you like it. Everybody always loves it when I send the rings out. So I'll get this, with your address on it, and I'll get it right in the mail. Hopefully tomorrow. Got it sealed. Just have to put your address on it. And it'll be done. And I'll be right back. Look at my harvest up here. I don't know if y'all can see it. I got cucumbers, tomatoes, melons, you name it up there. Peppers. Sorry about that, y'all. What did I do with my pen? I was going to go ahead and put the address on the envelope while I've got it opened here right in front of me. There, got it already addressed, ready to go. I have no excuses not to mail it now. Oh, wait a minute. What? Just looked at the address was wrong. Use second one, please. I've already written it on there, but I guess I can put something over the top of it. Okay, so there's just one number off, I guess. Yeah, so just one number off. Okay. I got it. You would never get it with the other one on there. Just sometimes just one number off and it goes to the wrong place. Yeah, 5 instead of 4. I changed it. Doesn't look as good as it did before, but I changed it. It's changed, so it should get there okay. You're welcome, Cindy. Email later. Yeah, Rebecca, I sent you my mailing address. Rebecca was the one that sent me the email that I got first asking for my mailing address. You're not a turquoise fan? Oh, well. Cindy liked it, so that's all that matters. Oh, Gladys got her watermelon. I ate all mine. It's gone. Cindy said, love you guys, but priorities. I probably will with the tomatoes. Usually I make a sauce or something with the tomatoes, or um, like an Italian or Spanish rice, something like that. It's not humid here. It's dry and it's hot. Like I said, it was 98 degrees is what was showing on the temperature gauge. $98 right this minute. And it should be 99 the rest of the week, basically. Or hotter. Because usually when they say 99, it's going to hit 100 or higher. I think I chatted with Connie yesterday. And I keep forgetting to put her in my other little phone here that, well, I use it as a tablet. It's just small, but I don't have her contact information in here, or I could message her. Can you not send her a message, Gladys? I can send her one on my phone, but I'm using that as a camera, and I don't want to change the settings on the camera because then I'm liable to end my live accidentally, and I don't want to do that. Oh my goodness, 5 hours in the sun. I bet you did look like a lobster. What's the kind of temperatures you have in Alaska right now, Cindy? I guess it's your summer in Alaska. I know you don't get very long summers there. Yeah, and you're not used to the sun. Yeah, do reload it, Rebecca, and see if it comes back, because mine is fine. I got everybody else in live chat. It's only 72 degrees outside. Yeah, but that's warm enough you can get a sunburn if you're in the sun for 5 hours. Get a sunburn, you don't even realize it because it's not that hot. Yeah, I've tried to rearrange some of my plants because they got to be put in the shade partly because they're getting too hot already, and if it's going to be like 99 and 100 the rest of this coming whole week, they will never survive out in that hot sun. So I started moving plants already, the ones I can move. Oh, I bet you do hurt, Cindy. You'll wear sunscreen next time. And it's the summer there, yeah. Well, I was using I was looking on this, not my camera. So it should not affect the live or the live chat at all with me checking the email, because I was checking my email on this. This is not what I'm on live with. Not off that way meant you go back and forth with email and live. Yeah, but like I said, it should not affect your reception of the live or live chat, because I'm not touching the camera. Camera's over here in front of me. I'm checking my email on this right here. Got a grocery shop and you're not looking forward to it. Yeah, I bet the prices are not very low in Alaska. Seemed as if I was not paying attention to live. Well, I was talking to people in live the whole time I was checking the email. She asked me to check to see if I got the email finally, and that's what I was doing. So I don't know what the problem with that is. It seemed as though you were not paying attention to live. Well, I mean, did you ask me a question that I didn't see in the live comments that I need to go back and check? Oh, well. Well, I'm sorry that you didn't like that I was checking my email, but I was doing it because Cindy was trying to get me her mailing address. And I was checking to make sure I got it. No, Cindy, it's fine. I mean, she just came in late. She didn't understand what was going on. Yeah, she didn't understand what was going on in chat and why I was checking email instead of paying attention to my live, but I was doing all of the above. Yep, you're up to date now, up to speed. Yeah, I don't know how many of my plants are going to survive. I had to pick my tomatoes that had turned because if they get too ripe, they'll fall off the bush. I already had one or two peppers that fell off because they were getting ripe too fast. And one of my peppers got scalded by the heat. I picked two more cucumbers today that I didn't see yesterday. Cucumbers have a way of hiding from you. I mean, you can look the whole vine down, the whole crop, not see a cucumber anywhere. Go out there the next day and just walk by and see some hanging there, just like I did today. Well, like I said, I'm going to make something out of my tomatoes. Did y'all watch my video that I posted earlier today? And see, I got cucumbers that I was picking. I got 5 or 6 cucumbers that I got today. I got a bunch of peppers, jalapenos. And I know I don't have them all. I haven't picked my bell pepper yet. I got 3 big squash up here. I got a melon. There's my honeydew melon. And it should be ripe because they turn yellow when they're ripened. I just haven't cut it because I had that watermelon to eat. And I did cut my great big hillbilly tomato. And I made a BLT with it. And I did the video on it that I posted earlier today on my hillbilly tomato sandwich. And there's the vegan menu. Hello, vegan. Diana, hello. April Flowers, hello. Judy B, hello. Just got home from work. Kathy, I missed you. I'm sorry. Hello, Kathy Phillips. How are you today? Randomness with Deb, hello. You're a new subscriber. Well, welcome to my channel. I've got quite a few new subscribers I get every day. And it tickles me to death that I check my web and I see that I've got 4 or 5 new subscribers every day. And they send me messages. Yeah, the next video is going to be probably with me using some of these tomatoes because I can't eat them, fresh fast enough because they get too ripe. So I'm going to use some of them in a recipe that I'm going to cook. I've got to gather, I think some kale or perpetual spinach out of the garden first before I do that. That'll probably be a video for tomorrow. Got to unload groceries, but you're listening, April? Okay. I know how that is. But did any of you see the video that I posted earlier today on my hillbillies tomato sandwich? But don't think I'll get to the stage of a BLT. Oh, they're so good. Oh my God. And that one I made today with that great big hillbilly tomato, it was so good. And I've got enough to make me another one because I only put one thick slice of that tomato on this big bun. It covered the whole bun. Sheila said, yeah, yes, look really good. I said, well, I was going to make a sandwich with it anyway. And I said, I know people have been asking me what I did with that big tomato. So I said, well, I better show them what I'm going to do with it. And there's Keith Good. Hello. Good afternoon to you as well. How are you doing? Yeah, I just put mayo, salt, pepper. I put bacon. I fried some bacon. I put some lettuce out of the garden on it. And it was so good. Oh my God. But that one, it was so big it filled me up. Yeah, I always like to put bacon on mine because it is a BLT, bacon, lettuce, tomato. And I pile a bunch of lettuce on it. Vegan menu, oh, drooling. Yeah, you'll have to go back and watch it. It's only about 30 minutes or less long. It's not a long video. And I posted it just a couple of hours ago because I was late with a video. I didn't have one to post earlier today. So I went ahead and did that one on the hillbilly tomato. That's a good tomato, those hillbillies. I didn't think to do that, Cindy. I have got an avocado, but I didn't think to put it on my BLT. Maybe the next one I'll cut that avocado and I'll put it on the next one. Yeah, and I was outside messing in the yard with no mask on. And the pollen count is real high here today. Well, that's the first hillbilly tomato I've ever had. One of my subscribers sent me the seeds, so that's why I had planted them. And they said theirs got as great big. I mean, it was great big huge tomato, and sure enough, mine was too. But so far, that's the only tomato that's come on that plant. And the plant's huge. So I'm hoping to get some more of them before the end of the summer. Oh, wow, you do, Keith? I have to check that out. I see you got a pineapple tomato review. And that reminds me, I've got to pick my basil so I can put it in the dehydrator. Coffee time. Oh wow, 105 in Maine. I know Connie hasn't been feeling good. There she is. I didn't realize she came in. Hey, Connie. Love and prayers to you as well, Connie. And I'm sorry you're not feeling well today. Everybody needs to keep Connie in prayer. Yeah, Gladys has a bed with wings. "97 in Texas. It's 98 here, Diana. I don't remember how far you are from me, but it's 98 degrees here. And it's going to be 99 and 100 the rest of the all of next week. What part of the country did you say you're in, Keith? I can't remember where everybody's at. I know April's in Hawaii. Gladys is in Connecticut. Connie's in Washington. Rebecca said, "That's my dinner, thanks to you." Well, it's a good dinner. I was cleaning my hearing aids and lost my brush. New York. Vegan menus in New York. Sheila's in Arizona. And there's Kai. Hello, Kai. Welcome back to chat. We don't see you much lately. East Texas, okay. Akron, Ohio, Keith is. And Susan's in Kansas. On days like this, you can fry an egg on a rock out in the yard. I mean, that's no lie. Randomness with Deb says, "I love 70s, above 80s, forget it." Yeah, well, you wouldn't make it in Texas. Yeah, call it the frying pan heat. That's exactly what it is. I mean, I've seen people crack an egg on the hood of their car and literally fry the egg on their car in the sun. That's how hot it gets here. Oh, wow, that's a lot of work, Kai. You're trying to catch up with me. So, I didn't think YouTube was going to be a 24/7 job, but I work from the time I get up till I go to bed on something for YouTube. I'm either doing a video, editing a video, planning a video or something. mm. Yeah, they've already had heat advisories and stuff out. And I had gotten an email from Dennis and grandkids, but he's not been back in chat the last 2 or 3 lives that I've had. And I hate that. I wish he would come back. That's a good... I might do that. We can all watch the egg fry on the car, huh? Or put it on a rock out here and watch it fry in the hot sun. No need for a stove. Just put it on your car. Okay, Cindy. Cindy said she's got to go put her laundry in, and I will keep listening. That's why they call it the Panhandle of Texas. The rest of the state is the frying pan. Please do. Y'all literally want to see me put an egg on the car and see if it'll fry? Or on a rock outside, a big rock? Good idea. Well, when I get out and do anything in the heat, I just drench my clothes with sweat. And I have to come in. I can only be out there for about an hour. And then I've got to come in and completely cool down, hydrate, and rest a little bit before I can go back out there and do any more. And it's basically the same way early in the morning and late in the evening because it's still hot. Well, I might put it on a rock, a big flat rock or something. Too Tall Rob always watches the donut hang, so I guess we can watch an egg fry on a rock. I'll wait till one day this week when it's hit a 99 or above, because I know it is, because they've already predicted it's going to be 99 like 4 or 5 days coming up. So you know if they're saying it's going to hit 99, it's probably going to hit 100. It was only supposed to be 97 today, and it's 98 already. I do too, Susan. I mean, I get hot even in the house with the AC running. Watching eggs fry. I can see it now. I can title the video or the live as "Will the egg fry or will it not?" Well, I don't know. That'll be at 7 o'clock. It'll be cooled down by 7. A few degrees anyway. Best time to fry an egg is in the hottest time of the afternoon. Okay, Susan says she's got a bunch of pictures to send. My kitchen in the house is so disorganized, it's not funny. I had it organized at one time, and now it's just, I don't know, it's just, it's unexplainable. Yeah, I know it's probably nice in Hawaii to live there, but food prices sound like they're outrageous. Oh, I do my cooking on top of the stove when it gets hot like this. I don't turn the oven on at all, or I try not to. Tornado warning south of Pittsburgh and north of Gladys. Oh my God, April, the house just next door to you just sold for 2 million. I can't imagine what your house looks like. I bet it's awesome. Yeah, I'm going to keep a jar handy when I'm out in the garden doing anything. And every time I see a grasshopper, guess what? He's going in my jar. He's fish bait. I mean, I can't imagine what all the groceries cost in Hawaii. I had my boots on in the yard yesterday, but I still got ants that come up my boots and they got above my knee and bit my legs. That's what I'm rubbing on right now. I got ant bites on my legs, up behind my knees. Makes you want to leave Hawaii because it's so expensive. I've got fans too, Sheila. They're not ceiling fans, but I got fans on the floor that help circulate that air, which helps. Put 300,000 down on a house and pay 1100 11,000 monthly. Wow, that's a lot of money. I couldn't afford to live there. I'd be a homeless person. That's cute, Kai. This Texas heat ain't no joke. Let me show you exactly what I mean. That's a good title. I'll have to remember that. Thanking my lucky stars yours is paid for. I can't imagine the taxes on your house, though. If the house next door was $2 million, you know they're paying healthy property taxes every year, and I can't imagine what yours is living right next door. Mm. Oh my God, your baby formula for the month is already $300? Good gracious, Kai. Rebecca says, I want to see the egg fry. I got an idea. What if I put the egg in a frying pan and put the frying pan on a rock and just leave it in the hot sun? I wonder if that would work and fry it. And see, my car is under the carport, so there's not much sun that hits my car during the day. I'd have to back my car out of the carport and just park it in the yard to do that on the car. 8,000 a year in taxes. I'm surprised it's not more than that. My daughter's home is listed at about 500,000, and I can't remember if hers was 7 or 8,000 a year in taxes. Oh my God, 20K in taxes a year. Whew, that's a lot. I've made it before. I don't make it very often because usually when I'm in a tea mood, I'm drinking tea so fast, it don't make it fast enough to make sun tea. But I have put it in one of those great big jars that like they put the big pickles in, the whole pickles. I made my sun tea in that and set it out in the sun. Yeah, it's good because I've made it before, Diana. It's just been a while since I made any. Put the pan out in the morning and then by noon or 1, get the egg on that bad boy. Be like heating up the grill, huh, Kai? Get the pan out there and let it get heated up, and then put the egg in there. It'll cook it. I mean, if it's 99 degrees outside and that sun is bearing right down on a big boulder rock and a frying pan sitting on top, I guarantee you that egg's gonna cook. You sound like me, Miss Linda Hauser. Yeah, I used to make it once in a while, but like I said, when I get in the frame of mind to drink iced tea, I drink so much of it, I can't wait to make sun tea. It don't make it fast enough. You gave me the idea, about frying the egg. Yeah. If it's going to cost the government any money, you'll never see it. Cut your income tax from the highest to 4 lowest. Yeah, it'll be nice if they do that, but time will tell. Saves on electricity cooking to cook outside on the rocks. Be like cooking in a sun oven. I've often thought about that. I've seen advertisements where they're advertising these sun ovens, solar ovens, or whatever they call them. And I've often wondered how they'd work. Oh, wow. I can't imagine what your electric bill would be if you're all electric. Mine gets a little crazy in the summer when it's the hottest, when my central air kicks on and runs all the time. It gets up there pretty good, but other than that, my electric bill is usually stays pretty low. Because I have a gas water heater, gas stove, gas furnace. So I make up the difference in paying for propane. Because propane is not cheap. We don't need heating, and I do need air conditioning where I am. Yeah, I'm sure, because I'm sure in parts of Hawaii it gets pretty warm in the summer. Your wife is going back to work for the first time in 6 years due to the expenses. Wow. Yeah, it's got to the place where a married couple, both of you have to work nowadays just to keep bills paid every month. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I've heard of those, but I've never used an infrared oven. I've used gas, I guess, all my life to cook with. Spray the rock with spam, with Pam, and then try fry the egg. The hottest 2 months of the year, mine will get close to $300. It'll sometimes it'll hit 300. But that's, for the 100-degree temperatures nonstop, to where the AC kicks on and it runs day and night. I know you pay enough to buy your home, and then you got to pay property taxes every single year that you own that home. That is, to me, it's ridiculous. Once you buy something, you own it, you pay taxes on it when you buy it. You shouldn't have to pay taxes on it every year. Well, I usually wait till the gas company sends me a card. It gives you a discounted price if you order by a certain date and if you fill up. And it doesn't matter. You may only get 100 gallons or 200 gallons, but if you fill your tank, you can get it at that price. And then if you order at least 200 gallons or more, they drop the price even lower. So the last few times I ordered propane, I got at least 200 gallons, which I got the discounted price plus another discount on top of it. So I paid like $2.79 a gallon for propane. Well, I retired, but I can't live on my retirement check. It's not big enough. I mean, it does not even pay all my bills every month. So, yeah, I like living in Texas, but it gets hot, 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 just like Arizona in the summertime. I'm very big when it comes to politics and government. Anything else they tax is, but never a house. Yeah, we shouldn't have to pay taxes on our home every single year. We have to pay for the upkeep and the maintenance on it and everything. Why should we have to pay taxes repeatedly every year? Yeah, propane here is just like gasoline for your car. It's pretty expensive. Well, Brookshire's, you can get discounts with points you save up, but I never usually have enough points to, do anything with, or I don't think about having the points when I go in to get gas. And if you don't use them by a certain date, then they disappear. I guess I should pay more attention to that. Because I know if you got a Walmart card, you can get gas a little bit cheaper with them. And Brookshire's and some of these other grocery stores have like a savings card that you add up points every time you buy groceries, and it goes toward a discount for your gasoline. Hi, Beth. Welcome to our channel. Welcome to live chat. You live in North Florida. North Florida beaches. Oh, that's a nice area to live in. Oh, wow. Just got a little gasoline this morning up country. It's almost $5 a gallon. Well, I've put in, I think, 4 gallons of gas yesterday or day before. I was down on a quarter of a tank, and I wasn't going to put gas in, but they had dropped the prices on the gas pumps quite a bit, so I pulled in and filled up the tank, and it took a little over 4 gallons to fill it up. And it was like $2.85 a gallon. Yeah, when it drops below $3 a gallon, I watch the prices, because when it gets low like that, I run in there and fill mine up. The prices here keep bouncing back and forth. Sometimes it's $3.59, $69, $89, and then once in a while you'll see it drop below $3. Sandestin, Florida. I need to write that thing down that Kai had on there so I don't forget about it. Because we might just very well fry us an egg on a rock. What kind of work does your wife do, Kai? Well, I don't know where the thing was he put it up here. Oh. I copied your title down, Kai, so I don't forget it. I might very well use that on that video if I ever get one taped of it. Oh, wow, 110 heat index there till 10 p.m. tonight. That's hot, Beth. I don't know what the heat index here is right now. My highest electric bill also peaked at 300. My taxes are low. Just so you know, my bacon is smelling great for my dinner. Rebecca's making her a BLT, y'all, for dinner tonight. Oh, I didn't need it, but I noticed in Brookshire's little circular they send out once in a while, they had ground beef, $1.99 a pound. We've been paying $3 and $4 a pound for ground beef. So I went in and I bought 2 rolls of ground beef at $1.99 a pound. They had, it came in 2-pound rolls. So I bought 2 of them because you were limited. You could only buy 2 for, for each time. So I went and bought 2 of them, which is 4 pounds of ground beef at $1.99 a pound. I said, well, I'll buy it. I'll divide it up. I'll try to cram it in my freezer somewhere. And I'll have ground beef, and I'm not going to pay $5 for a pound roll of it. And there's Deborah, hello, from Alaska. Someone else there from Alaska. We got Jenna from Kentucky. Elaine Dickinson said, I have to keep subscribing. I don't know why that is. I know if you use a different search engine, when you bring up YouTube, sometimes it shows that you're not subscribed. But on the original search engine like Google or wherever you subscribed originally, it still shows that you're a subscriber. $8 a pound there. Oh my gosh. Woo. So $1.99 a pound is real cheap for you, Kai. Because it's usually $4 or $5 a pound here. I mean, people can't even afford to get a hamburger anymore. It's no wonder the fast food places have went up in price. Ground beef is getting so it costs like steak used to cost. You paid $17 for 10 pounds of hamburger meat here at Winn-Dixie. Well, that was pretty good. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that, Deborah, because like I said, it's usually $4.98, $97 a pound here, or sometimes higher. depending on what time you catch it. So when it's on sale like that is when I grab mine. And I could go back today and get another 4 pounds and get it for that price. But I don't have room in my freezer to put it. You're either going to lose weight or you're going to gain weight from eating the different foods that, that make you gain weight that are cheaper, I guess. Yeah, I guess you could do that. So then Kai said, so what she's saying is open up your search engine and subscribe to Linda on every one. Because I've noticed that I can go on Google with YouTube, which I normally do, and I'm subscribed to certain people's channels. If I go on a different search engine, which I've done a time or two, it shows I'm not subscribed. Well, that's good, April, that you eat a lot of vegetables and fruit. And there's Jessie Campbell. Hello, Jessie. How is Jessie doing this afternoon? Yeah, but this day and time with the prices the way they are, you need to pay attention to your food circulars that come out, that they deliver to your mailbox every week. Because every circular that Brookshire sends out, they usually have at least one really good deal like that. Like one time it was shrimp. You could get the bags of shrimp, and I mean these were big shrimp. Buy one bag, get one for a penny. I guess what? I went and got me 2 bags of shrimp. Sometimes with steak, T-bone steak, sirloin, they have buy one, get one for a penny. That's usually when I buy steak, if I can afford to buy it. I'm doing good. It's just a little hot here in Texas, 98 degrees. And it's going to be even hotter the rest of the week. Oh my God, you can't afford to go out anywhere. One person can't even afford to go in a restaurant and eat a meal for less than $25. So what are you going to do if you got a family of 5 people? That could get awfully expensive. Yeah, that's the only way you can do randomness with Deb is check your prices, check the stores with the different sales, and hit the good sales. I make my rounds to the store if I have room to put it in my freezer, and that's how I buy my meat. Brookshire seems to have the best deals, though. Gonna wait tomorrow to do your grocery shopping. You're too burnt today. Well, I don't blame you, Cindy. Yeah, I don't know if y'all have a Brookshire in your neighborhood, but that sale was going on for like a week or so. I think it's good right on till the end of the month, really. On the ground beef, $1.99 a pound. Yep, just Diana says just me as a senior at Golden Corral, $20 for me to eat. Yep. Oh, you don't have a Brookshire's there. Well, we don't have a Winn-Dixie here, but we do have a Walmart shopping center, so I do shop there quite a bit. But like I said, Brookshire's, H-E-B, Kroger, Aldi, I hit them too when they have those really good sales. And I make my rounds to each store and pick up one or two items in each store that's on special. I know, don't you just hate that, Joanne? You go in there, and finally, when you learn where everything is at, you go in there grocery shopping one day and they've moved everything around and you can't find nothing. I think they do that purposely to make you look at more food items to encourage you to buy more. Because if you can't find what you're looking for, you're going to be looking and you'll look at all this other stuff and you might decide to buy something that you didn't go in there to get. So there's logic behind them doing all that. At Dillon's, which is a Kroger. Oh my God, I bought 2 burgers yesterday and it was $48. Oh wow. Did you get any fries with them? Or anything to drink with your burgers? That's a lot for just two burgers. I hope they were actual meals, burger meals. We don't have a Piggly Wiggly here. We have those back home where I'm from in North Carolina because my mom used to go to Piggly Wiggly and Burgaw all the time. And then when they built the super center for Walmart in Wilmington, she mostly went to Wilmington to buy groceries at their store. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that, Susan, because I don't usually go out. It's too darn expensive. Yeah, even still, even if it was with fries and a drink with the burger, that is awfully high. $48, yeah. That was $24 for a burger meal for one person. That's outrageous. And I think $15 here is a lot. I mean, even at Burger King and McDonald's, you can't get a burger meal for less than $15 or more. Oh my God, $50 for a 10 pack of toilet paper. Oh, people aren't going to be able to wipe their butts, are they? At that price? Oh my God. $50 for a 10 pack of toilet paper. Hmm. Have I ever heard of a California roll-up? No, what is a California roll-up? We have a David's here, which is a smaller grocery store, kind of like a Piggly Wiggly because it's a smaller grocery store, but I hardly ever go to that one. We've got one here. We got one in Acton, I think. Or we did have. I guess they're still open. They may be closed by now. But we do have a Kroger, H-E-B, Brookshire's, the Walmart Supercenter, Aldi's. And I love to go into Aldi's, but I buy too much stuff. A California roll-up is a meatloaf. Yeah, email it to me. Email me the stuffed meatloaf recipe, Beth. My email is locked in up the top of the screen of the live chat. Go ahead and email me that recipe. $8 cottage cheese. Oh, wow. Yeah, I've never heard of the Hy-Vee. No Brookshires where Rebecca's at. Right, Joanne. Wet washcloths instead of toilet paper. Washable toilet paper. Washable toilet tissue. Well, there's some people that live on a budget that refuse to spend money on stuff like paper towels for the kitchen, stuff like that. They went back to using all cloth towels, cloth dishcloths, anything that's washable and reusable to save money. I mean, I always use dish towels, my dishcloths, and wash them every week, but I still do have paper towels hanging to use occasionally for something. Yeah, we don't have an Albertsons here in Granbury. They probably have one in Fort Worth, but we don't have one here. Yeah, we all need one of those butt sprayers on our toilets. What do they call them? A bidet? We all need a bidet. I mean, hey, I can remember back when I was a kid growing up, and my mom and dad were in the process of building our house in Atkinson, North Carolina, where I grew up, basically. And we didn't have the house completed yet. It was a shell. We had water running in, so you could take a bath. Uh, my mom cooked on the wood stove temporarily, but we did have water. We did have a kitchen sink and that type of thing. And then pretty soon later, Dad put in an electric stove, but we didn't even have walls up yet. They had the studs, up for the room dividers, and my mom and dad would hang sheets and blankets up as partitions, dividers between the rooms. And we didn't have the indoor toilet hooked up yet because we didn't have the septic down yet. And Dad had built one of those old-timey outhouses, as they call it, and it was perfectly legal back then. A lot of people in my hometown had outdoor toilets. And I can remember when we didn't have the money to buy toilet paper, you'd find basically any kind of a soft paper folded up, newspapers that they picked up from neighbors or somebody, and magazine in there that you could tear a sheet of paper out of. And that's what we used temporarily instead of toilet paper. I mean, we had toilet paper part of the time, but we didn't always have it. And we had that for a backup. Yeah, they didn't have disposable diapers when my daughter was born, my first child. They didn't know what disposable diapers were. I went through about 2.5 dozen cloth diapers per week and had to wash them and hang them out on the line to dry. But I didn't mind it. That's all we knew to do. That's what everybody did. And then they finally did come out with disposable diapers when my son was born, but they weren't any good. I mean, they could wet in them one time and they clumped up and fell apart, and oh, it was a mess. So most of the time I kept cloth diapers on my son, basically the whole time he was in diapers, and just washed them. Yeah, it wasn't until years later, after my son was born, that they came out with actual decent disposable diapers. Yeah, I mean, I guess though, unless you have your own washing machine at home, it wouldn't save you any money to have cloth diapers versus spending money for disposable diapers. Because if you had to go to the laundromats, oh my God, have y'all priced what it costs to wash a load of clothes at the laundromat now? I stripped my beds and I took the big the quilted mattress cover off because I wanted to wash it. And it will go in my washer. It will wash it, but it doesn't move it around very much. So it doesn't get the lint and stuff off of it. And I have washed it in there and then brushed it off and hung it on the line to dry. But this time I said, I'm not doing that. I want it clean. I want it to look clean. So I took it to the laundromat. I washed everything else at home and hung it on the line. But I took that one mattress cover to the laundromat. $6.50 to use the big washer. So the smaller washers are like $3 or $3.50 a load. It cost me $1 just to tumble it almost dry. And then I brought it home and put it out on the clothesline to finish drying. And it came out real good because all the lint, stuff like that's off of it, you know. Comes out so much better at that if you have a bigger washer so it can move around in. Rebecca says, I'm eating the best BLT on the planet right now. Oh, I bet you are. Makes me want another one. My first marriage, for a long time, everything I washed, I did in one of those old-timey wringer washing machines. I didn't even have a washer, but my mother-in-law did, and we lived right beside my mother-in-law. So I'd take our laundry over there and wash them in her wringer washer. And you know, you have to wash your clothes, drain the water out, fill it back up, and then rinse your clothes. And it always got your clothes really clean. I love the way they turned out. And then years later, we bought our newer mobile home. We traded in the small one we had and used one and bought a new one, a 2-bedroom, and it had a washer. We bought a washer to go in it. But the whole time I hung my clothes out on the clothesline. I never did have a dryer. Still don't have a dryer. Yeah, I can vacuum my mattress, but you can't put your mattress in your washing machine. And Randomness with Deb says she's got to finish cooking dinner. Nice to meet everyone. Y'all, you have a great night too, Randomness with Deb. We're not going to be on here too much longer. And I hear little buddy at the door. I've got to get him some food. Let me get him a can of food. Or a cup of food. He's already had canned food today. Yeah, I'm sure him and Lucky both are at the door. So they're wanting their food. I'm back. Yeah, you have a good night, a good day tomorrow, Randomness with Deb, and hopefully we'll see you on our next live. Diana says $4 for Big loads, $2.75 for small and $75 to dry. Well, you put a quarter in for 5 minutes here. Every time you put a quarter in the dryer, it'll show 5 minutes. So I put in 2 quarters the first time, which was, it did show up 11 minutes instead of 10. And it wasn't quite as dry as I wanted it to be because I wanted it to fluff up a little more, all that quilting that was in it. So I put another 2 quarters in. So that was a good 22 minutes, I guess, that I had it in there. And it was almost dry. It was just a tiny bit damp. So I brought it home and put it up on the clothesline in the heat and let it dry. Yeah, I said, I don't see how people afford to go to the laundromat at that price to wash clothes. I mean, it's definitely cheaper if you can get everything in the one big washer, but you don't want to put your white clothes in with your blue jeans and stuff like that. So you're at least going to pay $13 to do laundry, even if you use 2 big washers. And that's all they got is 2 big ones. And they said usually there's people in line to get to them. April says, I want one of those old-time washers. The wringer washer? Is that what you're talking about, April? Yeah, they pretty much stay together, Lucky and Little Buddy. Little Buddy comes to the door, scratching at the door, wanting to be fed. Little Lucky's right there with him. And they don't try to fight over their food anymore. Lucky's learned that when I feed Little Buddy, I'm also going to give him a bowl of food. You know, I put 2 bowls out. One goes to Little Buddy, one goes to Lucky. So they've learned they're each going to get their bowl of food so they don't growl at one another anymore. I wouldn't mind having one of those. I could run the water line out in the yard and water flowers or plants with it. Because, you know, you can do that. You can run like washing machine water, shower water, anything except your commode water out in the yard. It's just considered gray water. You can water grass, plants, or anything with it. I just have to wait till the day when it's not real windy. I mean, the wind is great for your towels, but the only thing is, if I hang my clothes out on the line on a windy day, it also blows all that pollen and stuff into the towels and the sheets and everything else. So I wait till a calm day and hang them out, and they get dry pretty fast. What year was that at Washateria? I don't know. What I was talking about was just this week. I went Friday and washed that mattress cover. Cost me $6.50 to wash it and $1 to almost get it dry. And the lady told me all the laundromats in town went up, and they were the cheapest ones. One of the other laundromats charges $17 for the big load, and one of them charges $16 for the big washer. And I said, well, I'm not going to one of the other ones, that's for sure. I'm not paying $16 and $17 to wash that mattress cover. I'm laughing, Barbara, but I know that wasn't funny to you. She said, when I was newly married and washed my husband's dark blue work clothes, thought I was being very clean and put Clorox in wasn't camouflage wasn't popular then. And you know what? I've done that to some of my son's t-shirts when he was a teenager. I always put Clorox in my white clothes, but I don't put Clorox in my colored clothes. Well, I got one of his good t-shirts, heavy metal band t-shirts, mixed in with the white clothes one time, and it came out with white spots all over it. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you for that super chat. That's so nice of you. But I felt bad because I didn't do it intentionally, and it made him upset that I ruined his t-shirt because it was a black t-shirt with the band picture and stuff on the front of it. I don't remember if it was Metallica or who it was, but yeah, it came out with bleached out spots all over his shirt. And I did really feel bad about that. And after that, I paid real close attention. I tried to make sure I didn't put any of his dark shirts in the white clothes after that. But it just accidentally got put in there. Hey, I hand washed a lot of my clothes because the line busted on the drain line on my washer, and it flooded my bathroom. And that hasn't been that long ago. I was washing my clothes out in a 5-gallon bucket sitting in the bathtub. I mean, my clothes will get sweaty, but they don't really get dirty, with grease or that type of thing. So I was able to pretty much wash them out real good in a 5-gallon bucket and rinse them. And I did sheets, towels, all of it that way, because I did not want to go to the laundromat and start feeding quarters to the machines. And it took a week or two to get the washer fixed, because they had to order the drain line, and then finally the guy come and put the drain line on the washer, and then he didn't put the clamp on it, and the first load of clothes I washed, that drain line come loose and flooded my bathroom all over again. And I didn't even bother to call them that time. The clamp was on it, but it was not pulled up and fastened, so I just put the hose back up, pulled the clamp up, tightened it down, and it's been good. I did call them and leave them a message, though, and I said that was pretty sorry of them. They put the new drain line on and they didn't clamp it down, and it flooded my bathroom again. April says, I hang my clothes out when it's not raining, but it's raining here constantly. Yeah, and see, we hardly ever get rain here, so you can hang out clothes basically every day. I know, that's what I did with my bed sheets. They were line dried. Yeah, it's expensive, Diana. Oh, wow. Yeah, that would make it kind of difficult, Susan, if your basement floods and that's where your laundry is. They need to do something about that. Yeah, you can dry them together, but you don't want to wash them together because sometimes you put bleach in your white clothes. Yeah, they freeze, but they dry still. They dry anyway. I've hung mine out on the line, my blue jeans and stuff like that. Go out there to check them, and they would be frozen solid. But then you go out there a couple of hours later in that afternoon and they're dry. Yeah, it cuts down on drying time. I mean, I can't imagine what the dry cleaner costs now because I haven't had things dry cleaned in so many years. I refuse to buy anything that has to be dry cleaned. I mean, I should dry clean my crocheted bedspread because it's so big. And you shouldn't, wash it anyway in a washing machine. It would tear it up. But I put it in my bathtub and I hand wash it because I'm not going to take it to the dry cleaners and pay an outrageous price for them to dry clean it. I mean, if the cheapest place you can wash clothes in a big washer is $6.50, how much are they charging to dry clean clothes or dry clean anything now? You do it in the morning so the rates are lower. Hadn't thought about that. Mine never come out wrinkled or feeling like cardboard because I use fabric softener in the rinse. And if the wind's blowing any at all, the towels get all fluffed up just like they came out of a dryer. Well, I have no choice. It's either pay the high prices at the laundromat or hang them on the line. And I prefer to just hang them on the line or hang them inside. Now, my clothes, my shirts, my blouses and stuff like that, I'll wash in my washer and then I put them on the hangers and hang them up in the bathroom. Because, that bar that goes across the top of the shower door is just right to hang your clothes hangers on with your clothes, and then they usually dry overnight. Even in the wintertime they dry pretty fast. Yep, that's true, April. But I think it's so stupid that they want everybody to go to electric cars to save on pollution. I can see the pollution part, but does it really? Because what does it take to produce that electricity? It takes coal. You got to burn the coal to produce the electricity. So what are they saving? I don't know that they're saving anything. Unless they think that sooner or later, getting everybody switched to electric cars, they'll turn over to solar. I don't know. My neighbors have 2 electric cars across the street from me in the new house that was built. And to me, it's kind of odd because I've never seen them before or seen people that used electric cars. And they always back them up and plug them in every time to make sure that it's fully charged, I guess. Yeah, I've got one of the older type washing machines. Um, it's not computerized. It's just turn the knob, set it on what you want, and push it in and it starts. You don't have to program my washing machine. But I know sooner or later it's coming when I buy a new washer that I'm not going to have any choice but to get the computerized one. And I got so tickled at my brother's wife's mother. She had just bought a new washing machine. And it was computerized. And she says, I have yet to get a load of clothes washed in that washing machine. I said, what do you mean? Because I went home one time right after she got it and I was at her house. She says, come here, I'll show you. She took me in there and it was full of clothes, full of water. And it was just sitting there, wasn't doing nothing. And she said every once in a while, the washer tub will tilt. It'll stop and sit there. A little while later, it'll tilt back the other way and stop. and then it'll tilt that way and stop. And I said, well, you got it on a soak cycle. That's what it's doing. It's soaking the clothes, like to pre-wash them. And I said, it's going to have to go through that cycle before it actually goes to the wash cycle. Or I said, whatever stuff you programmed into it, it's going to have to go through every one of those cycles before it finishes. She says, well, how am I going to change it? How can I undo that? I said, well, there should be a way to clear the memory. Either unplug it or something to clear it where you can program in just to go to a wash cycle. And she said, well, I don't want this. She said, I don't want to have to get the owner's manual for this washing machine to try to figure out how to set it to wash a load of clothes. She said, I'd rather have just an old-timey washing machine that's not computer anything. I said, well, if you just bought this washer, you haven't even been able to wash a load of clothes in it. I said, you can tell them where you bought it, that you don't like it, you're not happy with it, that you want to exchange it, for one that's not computerized. So I just happened to be with them when they went back to the store that day. And she told them, she said, I don't like that washer. I said, I can't even get it set to where it'll wash my clothes. So they scheduled to go pick it up. And I guess when the guy got there, he was able to clear the memory and set it to where at least they could drain and wring the clothes out, to get them out. And she bought another one that didn't have all the computerized stuff on it. And had, made arrangements for them to deliver that and pick up the other one. So I didn't hear anything about it after that. So I guess she got one that she could figure out and could use. It was a lot easier. Rebecca says, I've got a Labrador puppy that would steal all the laundry. Oh no, said you just shut down 2 power plants, so it's about to get even more expensive. No doubt. I mean, they're going to have everything all hooked together. You're going to be able to use an app on your phone to control your washing machine and your dryer. My daughter has those big ones that it has a sensor in it, and you can throw one pair of jeans in it, and it'll adjust the water temperature, well, not the temperature, but the level, and put just enough water in there to wash one load of jeans. I said, well, I don't even have room in my house to put one of those, much less a set of them. Because those things stand as tall as I am. Yeah, mine still have a knob. It's got the, you can set it on low, medium, or high, or heavy. Heavy load, light load, whatever. Set it on the different loads. And then you just turn the knob to turn it on for the spin or go to the wash cycle. And it's real simple. Don't even have to think about it. Just turn the knob and push it in and it's going. Yeah, you're going to be priced out of paradise, April. Hi, Cindy. How are you doing today? Welcome. Glad you could join us. Only the elite can live in Hawaii. Well, I'm afraid that's what's happening here. Not being priced out, but we've got all these contractors coming in, buying up lots, and they're building these brick homes. They take up the whole lot, and then they turn around and put them up for sale to make their money. And pretty soon, that's all there's going to be in here. They're not going to want people like me in here anymore. But I guess maybe by the time that day comes, I'll be dead and gone. Because right now the restrictions have changed. The only way I can replace my mobile home is if it burns down, and then I've got like 90 days to move in a new one. I have to move in a new one basically the size of what I had here, something equal to it. Other than that, I can't replace this mobile home. I can't buy a new one and just bring it in because mobile homes are not allowed anymore. You can bring in a manufactured home, and the manufactured homes are not built as good as the mobile homes were. I've talked to several people that live in manufactured homes, and they say they're a piece of, you know what? They look good, but they're not built well. I mean, I don't think there's any difference between a manufactured home and a mobile home. They're both equal, I think. Only if I'm going to buy one, I'd rather have the big mobile home than to have the manufactured home. Oh, okay, Kai. Enjoy your little boy. And we'll see you on our next live. You have a good evening. Good day. Have a good day tomorrow. Yeah, where's all the likes at, y'all? If you haven't already hit that like button, you need to hit it. Kai says, I'll be waiting for the exciting egg fry. Okay. That's going to be something else. I might not be able to go live with it. I may have to just record it because I don't know how long it'll take to heat it up. Heat up the pan or the rock to actually fry the egg. I was the first like waiting for you. Okay, Cindy. Well, thanks for that. And April said she just thumbs up. Susan said I hit it. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to pull that off. Fry egg outside on a rock. Or find a big boulder rock that's going to be hot enough to put a frying pan on it to heat it up and fry that egg. We'll think of something. I'll figure it out. And imagine what your neighbors will think if they look over me frying an egg on a rock. Yeah, I'll probably have to do just a video because I may have to put it out there, let it start heating up and go to frying, and then maybe pause the video or stop it and start it again so it won't be 5 hours long. Okay, April, thanks for doing that. It was the biggest tomato I've gotten in my garden this year. One slice of that tomato made the whole sandwich. I mean, it covered the whole bun. And I just sliced it real thick. Make a homemade solar oven. Probably Thursday at 7, Barbara. I usually always go live Thursdays at 7, Sundays at 3. And then sometimes other days during the week I'll pop up with a live that's not scheduled. So if you have all notifications chosen when you subscribed, you'll be notified anytime I go live. Yeah, I'll have to keep the cats away from the egg. They'll want to eat it. I don't know if I can do that, not cook a whole breakfast outside on the ground. I don't know if the rocks would get hot enough to cook the whole breakfast. Yep, That's right, Susan. Sunday at 3 Central and Thursday at 7. Barbara says I don't have email. Well, look where it says subscribe, or it should say subscribe to my channel when you're watching a video. Click on where you subscribed, and it should drop down a menu and go up to the top and click on all notifications. That way, anytime I post a video or go live, it'll notify you that I just posted a video, or it'll notify you that I'm live. That way you'll not miss any. Bottom is all. Oh wow. I keep getting these specials from Nissan, oil change, with oil and stuff for $59, but I'm not doing oil change yet. I haven't put enough miles on my car to take it in and get another oil change. But I do know whenever I get my oil changed, I'm not going to let them rotate my tires, because Nissan will charge you $5 for each tire they rotate. I'm going to take it to Discount Tire, and they'll rotate my tires for free because I buy my tires from them. Yeah, my first oil change was free when I bought my car at Nissan. But that's been gone a long time ago. Holy. You get 2 free ones. I think I got 1 free oil changed. The very first one was free. Ooh, an electric BMW 17. It cost $100,000. Whoa. I'd be walking. I couldn't afford to pay that. The battery weighs 7 or something pounds in that car. The numbers are behind the heart, so I can't tell what it's saying. What? He tells someone the battery weighs 7,000 pounds in that car? How could it weigh that much? They can't have a 7,000 pound battery in that car. Ooh, I should get me one of those cheap little solar ovens that you just open up and put outside and face it toward the sun and put your stuff in there and bake it. And then when you're not using it, it just folds flat and you put it away somewhere. Oh, wow. Yeah, see, I don't think these electric cars is as safe and as good as people are thinking they are. Because like I said, my neighbors, they come home and they plug their car in, which is great. They don't have to buy gasoline. But that energy has to be produced. That electricity that charges that battery has to be produced somehow. And most of the electric companies use coal. You know, they burn coal to produce their electricity. Yeah, I'm going to have to check that out about getting one of those inexpensive little fold up, put away solar ovens to put outside. Right. It's not cheap to produce an electric car. I mean, you don't have to burn gasoline or diesel, but you still got to produce that electricity somehow. Yeah, maybe so, April. Maybe they just want us to stay home. They don't want people to go to work or anything. They just want them to stay home. Going to be a lockdown from the bird flu eventually. Let's hope not. We went through enough with COVID. We don't need bird flu. Then you got to feed the horse, April. Hay and wheat and horse feed will probably be so expensive you can't afford the horse. Is live in a house and I have to go up and down the stairs to check on stuff. Oh, okay. April says I got a lot of grass. I don't know. I remember my teachers when I was in elementary school telling all the kids that were in school that we didn't realize, but we were seeing the best times of our life at that age when we were in elementary school. Because in the future, things are going to change and modernize, and it's going to be so much different than it is when we were growing up. And, all that's coming to be with all the electric cars and all this other stuff going on. You have a lot of horses where you live. Well, even cheaper than that, April, you can use a bicycle. Or you could get a little motorized bicycle that has a electric battery that runs it and just charge the battery up once in a while. That'd be a lot cheaper than paying maintenance and upkeep and paying for a car. But then that you can't have everybody ride with you on a bicycle. I mean, you could go to the store and get groceries and bring it home on a bicycle. Just have to limit yourself to what you get each time, unless you have a little wagon that's pulled behind you that you can carry your stuff in. Yeah, the horse can eat the grass. I know. Those little electric bikes are pretty good from what I understand. I've never had one. But to ride a bicycle, it bothers my lower back where I've had surgeries. And I can't pedal a bicycle anymore. And I've often wondered it'd be real nice to have one of those little scooter type things to where you just get on it, put your feet on the platform and go. Just like riding a motorcycle basically, but it's like in between a bicycle and a motorcycle. I don't think you even have gears to change on it. Last horse I had was about 4 years ago. She was 38 years old. Wow, that was a pretty old horse. I didn't realize they even lived that long. Yeah, they're trying to do away with money now as we know it. And everything is going to be by electronic spending and buying and paying. There's no actual money going to be placed in anybody's hand. It's all going to be done by like debit cards or some type of bank card. Yeah, I need one more like up there to get up to 38 likes. Well, she had a long life, that's for sure. 38 years. Now that's crazy. I've never been charged to use my debit card. Now my bank, if I go to a bank teller machine to get cash from my bank account, it'll charge $1 up front. But then I don't know, it goes back through the bank somehow, and then they take the dollar charge off. So you're not actually charged $1 to use it. It just looks like you are in the beginning. And the bank said it was just the way they set up the machines when they built them. But they said you're really not charged the dollar drops off. I've had horses all my life, and now I have my best friend Cornbread. This was in the store they charge them. I can't, oh my God. Well, I went to one store with my son and my daughter-in-law. They were going to fix this Mexican dish on his Blackstone. And they needed to go buy the meat. We went in this little Mexican store not too far from where they live. And I was just going to buy a Coke because it was hot that day. It was last summer. And I just wanted something to drink. And I walked up to the counter with my Coke. And the lady said, and I had a card that I was fixing to give her to pay. She said, no card. You had to spend at least, I think it was $5 to use your card. Anything less than that, you couldn't use your credit card, debit card, or anything. You had to pay cash. So my son said, Mom, just bring it over here. We'll put it on ours. Because, they were buying a lot more than that. But I couldn't believe that. I don't know why they did that. I don't know if they charged them in the store so much a transaction to use a credit card or debit card. I mean, it didn't make sense to me. What's the difference in spending $30 than $3? I mean, you're still spending money. You're still having to do a transaction. Yeah, that's right. And some places don't even take cash anymore. You either have to pay it with a debit card or credit card. £7,000 for the battery. You talking about 7,000 pounds in money, or that 7,000 pounds in weight? Because your whole car don't usually weigh that much. Yeah, I hardly ever take cash around with me anymore. Wait, that's heavy. Oh my God. So basically the car is all battery. If it weighs that much. It looks like they wouldn't be allowed on the highway if they weighed that much. Because what's the average weight of a regular car? I don't even know. What is it, about 3 or 4 thousand pounds? Aluminum foil car around the 7,000 pound battery. I wouldn't doubt it, Susan. Yeah, they'll have more weight on the roads, that's for sure. We need hover cars. That way it'll cut down on road maintenance and all that kind of stuff. Because a hover car is going to be hovering in the air going around. It's hardly ever going to be on the pavement. So therefore it'll save our roads in repairs and stuff. Potholes and stuff, yep. The Jetsons, yeah. We'll be abba-dabba-doing around Flint Rock in our hover cars. But I think that would make more sense than these electric cars. I really do. But of course, if you have a hover car, it's got to be powered by something, right? It's got to be powered by electricity or gasoline or diesel or something. Maybe it's 700 pounds. I don't know. But from what I understand, for a battery to be big enough to run a car, it's got to be a pretty good sized battery. It's not no little battery like's in our cars now. The car weighs 5,000 and something. That's with the battery, I guess. I need to go back to the Flintstone era. We need to go back to the horse and buggy day. Well, thank you for that. We got 38 likes and 40. No, we got 43 thumbs up right now. 39 watching. Always had Jeeps and well over 200,000 miles. Horses are more reliable. You're probably getting less wrecks with a horse and buggy. I think the horse would stop before you had a head-on collision with somebody. I would think. And there's Liz. Hello, Liz. I didn't see you come in. And Cindy says, I'm scared of horses. You got charged by one when you were young? Oh no, that's not good. Really, Connie? If you dent the battery compartment underneath the car, the insurance company totals the car. Mm. Hi, Liz. I'm cool as long as I stay inside. It's 98 degrees outside right now. I know it's like you can't go out to eat or go out to do anything without expecting to pay a tip, because they up front ask you, even when you're trying to pay with a card, how much the tip's going to be. And how's Patricia today? Oh, good, Patricia. You planted the onions I sent. Mine are up about 6 or 7 inches already that I planted. The one Susan sent me and my walking onions. And Craig says the Bible is coming to pass. Well, my bank doesn't have a charge on using your debit card as long as you have your account with them. I know. The prices of electric cars, people like me couldn't afford to drive one. There'll be a lot of people that won't be on the road traveling anywhere. They'll have to rely on public transportation of some kind. Not usually, Liz, because I don't usually have that many tomatoes. I dry my basil and peppermint, stuff like that. In fact, I need to pick my basil now and fill up my dehydrator and put it on the back patio and let it start dehydrating some. Yeah, I got cucumbers, tomatoes, jalapenos, okra, a little handful of okra, um, my melon that I haven't cut yet, size of a grapefruit, but it's ripe because when it turns yellow, they're supposed to be ripe. And I got a couple of little squash that I need to cook. Well, I'm glad you liked it, Patricia. Craig D said, wait. I don't know what you mean by wait. But that's incorrect. You're welcome. I threw those in. That was just a bonus. My grasshoppers keep jumping around in my jar. They keep getting up on the side of the glass. I don't know if you can see him. He's behind the wording on the jar. Looks like a spider in there. Little does he know that he's going to be on a fish hook. I've got about 6 or 7 in there so far. And they are definitely going to be fish bait. Exactly, Connie. That's kind of what I thought when I saw that video you sent me of the bridge that collapsed. That moving bridge. I said, what insane mind came up with that idea? I would not want to cross a bridge that moved like that. They should have made all the government officials cross that bridge. Just plant them in the spring, Diana. It's what I did when I started planting everything else. I put sunflower seed out. It's getting too hot on them now because our ground is drying out. Yeah, really. They shouldn't be special because they're government officials. Thank you, Patricia. I don't know what it's going to look like in a week because with all this like almost 100-degree temperatures all week with no with no rain, it's going to burn up some stuff, I know. You can start them outside, April. Just cover with them with tulle. Make a little tent with some tulle over it. That'll keep the birds from getting to the seedlings. Yeah. A lot of people get paid on a lot of jobs that they volunteer on. They'll tell you they're volunteers, but honey, they get a paycheck. Oh no, Darlene, the rabbits ate your petunias. Well, there's another reason you need to tulle. Tent them with tulle, that'll keep the rabbits out. Hopefully when the plants get full grown, the rabbits will leave them alone. They just figured you planted them a smorgasbord. They ate all your petunias, but not your dahlias or your geraniums. Oh, wow. I bet that is pretty, Cindy. A whole field of sunflowers. Yeah, rabbits love vegetable gardens too. They love lettuce. They'll eat every bit of your lettuce if they can get to it. I agree, Connie. I, I don't think I've ever seen a mustard field. The only mustard I've seen growing was the green mustard leaf that you eat, and it's green. Really, they eat chives too? Looks like I'm going to be planting my sweet potato slips in the hottest time of the summer. I don't know how that's going to work out here. They probably make sunflower oil, April. Because you know you can buy sunflower oil just like olive oil or any of the cooking oils. They make sunflower oil too. Okay, got my account back with my name, Patty. Let's see, LOL. Oh, really? Huh, I'm gonna have to check that out, Cindy. I've never grown them either. This will be my first year trying to plant them. And I'm getting a late start on them because, 100-degree temperatures is not a good time to plant stuff. But well, they're contained in a jar. They can't get out. He's a big one on the side of the jar inside it. There's two of them up on the side of the jar. Look at them moving around. One's up at the top of the jar. But yeah, those are fish bait and they don't even know it. I'll teach them to eat my vegetable plants, my kale and my perpetual spinach and all my other stuff. One of them had just about completely stripped a tomato vine. I thought I had a tomato worm on it, and I didn't find a tomato worm, but I did find grasshoppers out there. And every time I go out there, there's more and more grasshoppers. They're going to be devoured my whole garden if it keeps on. And I don't know what to do to prevent them. I put Sevin Dust on the garden. I spray with insecticide for the bugs that get on your plants, but it doesn't seem to do any good. You would think if it kills the worms or other bugs, if you put Sevin Dust on your plant, that if the grasshopper eats the plant leaf, that it'll kill them too. But I don't know. Maybe I've got so many out there you don't know if they're killing them or not. Yes, Cindy, I was out in the garden doing stuff earlier. And there were so many grasshoppers. They were everywhere, and they're eating my garden up. So I started catching them, and I put them in this jar. And I'm going to use them as fish bait. They're going to go on a hook. They're going to catch me a fish. Teach them to eat my garden up. stick their butt on a hook and catch me a fish. Wild pigs, oh wow. We don't have wild pigs bad right here in this area, but where my son lives, they come all up to his back door almost and root up his yard. So he's been shooting them. They're real bad up around the Fort Worth area, and they tell people, they encourage you to go up there and hog hunt. They want you to get rid of as many hogs as you can get rid of. So they encourage people to go up there to go hunting. I actually haven't had supper yet. I ate that hillbilly tomato sandwich for lunch. That was my breakfast and lunch together. Tornado watch in upstate New York. Yeah, we probably should get off here. Oh my goodness, we've been on here for almost 3 hours already. Cindy says it's only 2:43 where she's at. Yeah, that sounds like Hawaii. April, Kai, and Cindy, I think, are all in Hawaii. So they're like 3 or 4 hours earlier than we are. I'll try not to. Sheila says, I hope you will video your fishing trip, but please don't show us putting those grasshoppers on the hook. Susan's having a Santa Fe salad for dinner. Hawaii is an hour behind Alaska. Okay. Oh, wow. Tornadoes are everywhere. 12:44, we're in Maui. So you're 5 hours behind us or something like that. Oh, man. Whew. Patty C said that tomato sandwich looked so good. It was good. Yeah, I'm going to feed them grasshoppers to the fish. I'm going to keep my jar with me when I go through the garden from now on, and I'm catching every grasshopper that I can catch and put them in a jar, and I'm going to use them as fish bait. Teach them for eating up my garden. Okay, Diana. Well, y'all, like I said, we've been on here for right at 3 hours already. I'm tired. I'm getting hungry. I need to fix me some dinner. And I know y'all, most of you have to fix some dinner too, depending on where you live. Connie says, I have chili started cooking. Started cooking it yesterday on low simmer, ready in a couple of hours. Wow. I bet that's going to be some good chili, Connie. So y'all, I'm going to call it a live. I thank all of you so much for hanging out with me for the last couple of hours in this live. I appreciate you coming by. I appreciate the super chats. And I hope you'll come back to my next live whenever I pop up with one. And the scheduled lives as well. Watch all my videos. And I guess we'll see you on the next one. Y'all have a blessed night. Have a good day tomorrow. And we'll see y'all later. Bye now.